the name of the game of this mindful habit creation is to soothe and regulate your nervous system and your emotions so you can take back control of your time, your energy, your money and finances, and your destiny. Basically, when you have a regulated nervous system, you can see new opportunities, new perspectives, your mindset is altered, you can find solutions, you can remain calm even when the shit hits the fan, and you can basically do anything, you can achieve anything, you can manifest anything. And if you want to have the opportunity to achieve those things that you dream of, those dreams that keep coming back over and over again, they're meant for you. If you want to achieve those things, hey lovely, if you want to achieve those things, those if onlys, those what are one days, when I achieve whatever, then this will happen. If you want to achieve them, you have to concentrate on regulating your nervous system. But as mums, as busy working mums, I know that we don't have a lot of time available to us. We're constantly chasing our tails. You are constantly chasing your tail. I'm not anymore because I've gone through this process. You're often feeling frazzled, you're often wondering, feeling exhausted, often wondering how you're going to get through the day. Can't wait to get back into bed at the end of the day. Just feeling like you haven't got the time and the money to do all these things that you wish you could do. So even if you promise yourself that you'll do the cleaning and then sit down and have a cup of tea, and you run out of time for that cup of tea and that episode of whatever it is you're watching, Working Mums, Emily in Paris, they're my favourites at the moment. You run out of time. That's what used to happen to me. So I had to become a lot more intentional with my time. I had to focus on the resources and the time I had available to me. I wasn't able to practice self-care and look after my well-being by going to regular massages and yoga classes. I had to, and then I get upset with myself because I knew that they were things that I should be doing. But again, I'd failed myself, I'd failed my family, and I didn't like feeling in this state of overwhelm and snapping at my children because I was tired and frazzled and feeling like I literally had so much to do all the time. But the truth is, I was actually booking myself up too much, and I wasn't leaving space in my days for those unexpected things that invariably happen. Now, I'm a bit later in the day today because I have had a lot of stuff. I've had a really busy day at work. I'd say busy, a full day. I've had a lovely day at work. I've really enjoyed it. I don't feel busy anymore. I'm very intentional about using that word because busy is a stressful word. It has like a stressful connotation behind it, whereas a full day means that you are just, it's a full day, but it feels like I'm in control of that day. So one of the things that I've been doing today is recording a mindful movement session with a guest expert who's in this community, Adele Derbyshire. So I'm really excited that I'll be publishing that in this community later this evening. Again, I'm a little bit behind schedule, but that's fine. We need to try and get over the concept of time. Like, time is a man-made construct. Time doesn't really exist. And when we can understand that, you're able to kind of live in the flow more. Yes, there's places you need to be at a certain time. The kids need to be at school at a certain time. You need to be at work at a certain time. You've got clients who you need to be with at a certain time. But outside of that, your time is your own. And hey lovely, your time is your own. And when you realise this, it's, when you have a soothed nervous system, regulated nervous system, and you realize that your time is your own, you actually create more time. You actually feel more energized. You feel more energized because you're actually doing more, sprinkling more of what it is that you want to do into your days. You're feeling more joyful, there's more fun, and you are then living in a place of gratitude for your life. You're feeling more abundant, and then you find you start to attract more of what it is you want. You actually start to become a different version of yourself, the happy, the calmer version of yourself. But it all starts right here with practicing simple 2-minute mindful habits, mindfulness practices. I couldn't go to the gym, I couldn't go to yoga classes regularly. I needed to figure out a way of what I could do to make myself feel calmer, healthier, happier. And mindful habits was the way I started. I started with introducing a few minutes of yoga into my days, stretching. I started by, and then I built on those habits. So once it became, something that I did as part of my routine, as something that was non-negotiable in my days, I'd build another thing in. So I'd be doing mindful breaths, and I'd do them when the boys were messing around at the dinner table, or when I felt stressed in the morning because we were running late. I'd literally just, okay, Mum needs to do her breaths. And then I started building on them. Like I started making sure that, like for my digestive health, I would always have a cup of peppermint tea in the mornings. And I started building on these habits, these mindful habits, without even realizing what I was doing. Looking back now, I realize how powerful that was and how much control I'd started to have over my own life, how much I started to, regulate my own nervous system, to become unshakable. I didn't want to be that frazzled, overwhelmed, feeling sorry for myself, victim mode, oh my God, poor me kind of mentality anymore. I did not want to be that person. So I'm going to show you today what I've been doing today. We've had a ceiling collapsing last night. I've had to deal with issues of my son being bullied at school over the last few days. Well, it's not been so bad this week, but I've had to support him emotionally still this week. Last week was really bad. And hopefully it seems to have, sorted itself out. Or he's sorted it out with our support. He's amazing. He's really amazing. Yeah, and we had this whole question mark with the ceiling. It hasn't completely come down. A big chunk of the ceiling's come down, and we weren't sure if it had asbestos in it. So we'd had this asbestos survey done that cost us, £500 last week, 2 weeks ago, and we hadn't had the results yet. And I've chased them. And today I just chased them again. I was like, look, you've got to tell us what the results are, because our ceiling is coming down now. Like, do we actually need to move out? But anyway, so I've been, I spent some time this morning just sitting in stillness and just being, because I just really needed to feel and connect with how I'm feeling. Because it's only when you can connect with how you're feeling that you can actually move through and process how you're feeling and decide how you want to respond. So it's awareness. Awareness is the key to your nervous system being regulated. But also you can do these things. So these like mindful stretches that we're doing this week, and these other mindful habits. Now, I did a beautiful mindful stretch practice with Adele this morning, which I'll be, our guest expert, which I'll be posting later, as I said. However, for the rest of the day, because I've actually felt scared today, to be honest, about this whole asbestos thing. And I felt scared last week, fearful last week because of my son, and he was being threatened to be beaten up. And yeah, I felt scared. So the way I've been handling that is to be very conscious with my posture and mindful movements. That's what we're going to focus on today. Like these videos come to you fresh, hot off the press, according to what's going on in my life, in the hope that they will resonate with you on some level, or help you through a situation that you're either going through, or help you understand a situation, or how to better manage a situation that has happened in the past if it was to happen again, or to, to help you in the future. You're building a toolbox of mindful habits and mindfulness practices. So I've been really conscious of my posture. So how I've been sitting. So at my desk, for example, I've been very conscious of making sure that my knees are at a right angle, and that my back's straight, my tummy's tucked. So that's kind of like almost a stretch in itself, because if your back's not aligned, then you're not going to be stretched. If your back's not normally held aligned, and it's, you normally sit like that, then actually to straighten up, that is a stretch in itself. And then as I've been walking around the house, I've been pulling my shoulders back consciously and intentionally. I'm walking tall and proud and confident. So we can just practice stretching our shoulders back and down. So up and back and down. Opening up the chest, opening up the heart. And breathing, holding your head tall, standing tall. Feeling confident, feeling proud, feeling accomplished. It's so powerful the way you stand. You can just stretching your arms back and down, holding your stomach, pulling your stomach muscles in to protect your back. That is a stretch in itself. See, this mindful stretch, mindful movement, it's very much about moving with intention, moving mindfully. So walking. How I'm walking to the fridge, for example, from the kettle over one side of the kitchen to the fridge the other side of the kitchen. So I'm literally just walking, like with this alignment. And I'd invite you to practice stretching your body from floor to ceiling, from the ground to the sky. You're stretching. You can connect it to your breath. Your feet are stretched on the floor. So you've got your feet nicely spread out, where your toes are pressing into the floor. Stretching your feet. Breathing deeply into your stomach. That stomach is held tight. Obviously, if anything feels really uncomfortable, then just adjust, slow down, listen to your body. That's the key. So you're stretching, basically you're lengthening your body, standing tall. You can even practice this lying on the floor. So just lie on the floor and just stretch your arms overhead. You can't get all of me in the camera now. And just feel that stretch. Point your toes. Keep your shoulders on the ground and just stretch your arms up overhead as far as you possibly can, and just hold it and enjoy it, and just enjoy the sensations in your body. A stretch should feel a stretch. You should be able to feel it, but without it hurting or being painful. So once again, if anything feels sore or really uncomfortable, then do stop and listen to your body. Take responsibility for your own body. And you can just practice by alternate sides, stretching one arm, the left leg, left arm, and then changing. So you're having a really good stretch, and you should feel that through your side here, and through the arm. And just remember to keep breathing. And that is your mindful stretch practice for today. So it's all about connecting with your body, like feeling confidence, feeling energized, feeling invincible when you have challenges, when you feel scared, when you're nervous and anxious about something. It's so important. Like, it's just all these little tools that you're building upon. But don't forget that stretch can be like, literally, you could just be sat at your desk and stretching side to side. My back's clicking just doing that. A stretch can just be anything, anyway, like waking up in the morning and stretching, but with intention. Anything at all. But you're actually getting out of your head and into your body. And mindfulness coupled with movement, I find, is the most powerful way to shift your energy, to raise your vibe when you're feeling low, when you're feeling a bit down, sad, whatever. Obviously you feel those feelings, but if you decide you don't want to feel them, just move. It's the quickest, most effective way, because thinking about how you're moving is actually your natural way to get out of your head, and it's just so beautiful. So beautiful. I'm going to love you and leave you now. Please share with us in this group, to inspire and support the other women in this group, what you've committed to this week, how it's going, what you've managed to do with regards to mindful stretching, how it feels, any benefits that you've felt and experienced. Share photos and videos of what you've been doing, just to wow, it makes you feel really accomplished. It's like we want to hold you accountable for these stretches, these mindful habits. We want them to become habit. We want them to become ingrained into your subconscious toolbox of mindfulness practices, mindfulness mindset and manifestation practices, because that's ultimately what we're trying to achieve. We're trying to achieve the best version of you every single day, so you live your best life every single day, even when you're facing challenges. There are always challenges. Leaking roofs, falling down ceilings, school bullies, husbands away, having to solo thing, clients cancelling, or it's always something. Do invite your friends. If you have any any friends who are feeling frazzled, if you hear of any friends who say, oh, I just wish that XYZ, well, invite her in, because this is how she's going to actually achieve that wish, that desire, through nervous system regulation and becoming the next best version of herself. So powerful, it's so simple. And it only takes 2 minutes a day. I haven't even got any special clothes on. I'm literally doing these stretches as I go about my day. I'm doing them constantly. I'm constantly readjusting my posture, stretching as I'm, waiting for the kettle to boil, while I'm cooking tea. Even like as I'm walking at the moment, I'm kind of like stretching into my hips. It just feels so good. Just anywhere your body needs that stretch. So do share with your friends. And I've got a beautiful prize draw for you, which is on the 1st of October. So for every friend you invite into this group who comes and plays, you'll be entered into a prize draw to win. So far we've got 3 beautiful prizes. So one is the Highter magazine, one is the 365 days of me journal, and the third one is self-paced access to my Unshakable Mama 8-week mindfulness program. So it's Unshakable Mama, a mindful journey to presence and freedom. I know that we mums want to feel more present in our lives, in calmer and more in control. Hey lovely. Calmer and more in control, and also more present with our children. And when we can be more present in our lives, we are also becoming more grateful for what we have in our lives. We're actually sinking into our lives. We're enjoying our lives on a different level. And then this creates a new level of freedom for us. So, you know, whether freedom looks different to all of us, but for me personally, freedom means being able to choose my own working hours. It means being able to work around my boys and around the school holidays. It means being able to location freedom, so being able to work from wherever I choose to work. It means financial freedom. So, you know, this is the one that the sticking point, but it's one that we're still working towards. You know, like freedom financially. So, you know, we've got no debts now apart from the mortgage, and we, you know, like manifesting pay rises and new jobs and new opportunities, and how money comes in different ways. And yeah, so they're like the 3 pillars of freedom really for me. So time freedom, location freedom, and and financial freedom. And, you know, just freedom from limiting beliefs, freedom from the drama of life, freedom from a whole load of things. And it's literally just it's a mindset game, and I feel like we're playing the game of life. And I feel like every new version of myself, new iteration of myself, because we're constantly growing, whether you like it or not, whether you realize it or not, you are constantly evolving and changing according to the circumstances in your life. And I see it, for me, it's like reaching the next level of a computer game. It's like I'm on that next level, okay, but I want to be on the next level, because it means that I'm bringing as much experience into my life, as many opportunities into my life as possible, because we only live once. And I do not want to get to the day I die and have any regrets. I do not want to get there and wish and wonder what it would have been like if I tried X, Y, or Z. I want to try it now, and I want to, and it might not happen right now. It might happen in 10 years' time, but the fact is I'm working towards it. It's part of the vision. And you get that through this calm nervous system, and you get that through practicing simple, effective 2-minute mindfulness practices and creating mindful habits in your life. I'm going to love you and leave you for now. I have another meeting in a little while. This time it's a networking meeting, so that will be wonderful. That's with High to Society. It's a really lovely mindful living society, like community. So we're just getting together tonight for a bit of a chat and a catch up. So let me know what you're doing this evening, and say hi. Let us know what you're up to with regards to your mindful stretching, how it's helping you, and I will see you tomorrow for day 5. Sending you lots of love. Bye.